Hello, everyone. It's Phil Lee from Civil War Chat, and today is Wednesday, the 2nd of June, 2022. Today's topic is a well-regulated militia. Like other slave states, Missouri held a convention to consider its course after Lincoln became president-elect in November 1860. 2 weeks after he moved into the White House on March 4th, 1861, the Missouri Convention voted 98-1 against secession on March 19th. Thereafter, Governor Claiborne Jackson officially declared Missouri's policy would be that of an armed neutral, although he personally favored secession. St. Louis was the most populous city west of the Mississippi River. Missouri also had more economic might or clout than any of the Confederate states, in fact, all of the Confederate states combined west of the Mississippi River. When Lincoln issued an April 15th call for 75,000 troops to coerce the original 7 cotton states back into the Union, Jackson replied that Missouri would not participate. During the next few weeks, Captain Nathanial Lyon of the St. Louis Federal Arsenal temporarily sent most of its weapons to Alton, Illinois for safekeeping, and organized a force of 3,000 men composed of regular soldiers and volunteers. Meanwhile, Governor Jackson ordered the state militia to organize a camp of about 1,000 volunteers on the outskirts of St. Louis. Now, these are opposing sides. Governor Jackson's militia would be opposing Lyon's volunteers inside St. Louis. Now, Jackson's stated purpose was to enforce the state's neutrality, but he secretly wanted the militia to seize the St. Louis arsenal. Lyon countered on May 10th by surrounding the encampment and marching the captives through the city streets before paroling them. When a civilian mob demonstrated against Lyon's action of illegally capturing the state militia, Lyon's men opened fire. 28 civilians were killed and 75 were wounded. Among the slain were some women and children. The next day, Governor Jackson consolidated all of the legal militia into a new organization titled the Missouri State Guard under the command of General Sterling Price, a Mexican War veteran. So according to Governor Jackson, anybody that was not part of the Missouri State Guard and claimed to be militia was an illegal militia. And those would include the volunteers that Lyon had in St. Louis. Now, the Missouri State Guard would fly only one flag, and that would be the state flag. They would have more than one copy of it, but that's the flag they would fly. They did not fly a U.S. flag. They did not fly a Confederate flag. They flew the Missouri state flag. All other militia, such as those organized by Lyon to serve the Union, were outlawed. Lyon ignored the state law and continued to call forth volunteers, including many among St. Louis's German immigrants. Captain Lyon was promoted to brigadier general on May 17th. On June 11th, Lyon met with Jackson and Price at a St. Louis hotel. Jackson and Price wanted a standstill agreement to keep Missouri neutral and at peace. They proposed that the State Guard maintain peace outside St. Louis, while Lyon would maintain it in the city. Rather than see a loss of Union control, Lyon exploded, quote, "I would see you and you and you," pointing to each man on the other side of the table, "and every man, woman, and child in the state of Missouri dead and buried. This means war," close quote. In other words, he was prepared to take on everybody in Missouri, whether it be man, woman, or child, kill them in order to achieve his objective of providing federal force in the state of Missouri. Jackson and Price promptly left for the state capital at Jefferson City. Lyon pursued, captured the capital, and defeated an inexperienced unit of the State Guard at Boonville. He also installed a Union-loyal provisional government under the glitter of federal bayonets. Governor Jackson and General Price retreated farther into the southwestern part of the state, where volunteers arrived for the Missouri State Guard. Meanwhile, Union General Lyon increased the size of his army to about 5,500 by taking in volunteers from Iowa, Kansas, and other states. By early August, Price had united his 5,000 man state guard troops with a 5,000 man Confederate army that joined him near Springfield, Missouri. When Lyon learned he was outnumbered, he resolved to hit the enemy with a surprise dawn assault from two different directions. His hope was to temporarily immobilize his opponents by virtue of his surprising aggressiveness, thereby giving him time to withdraw his army safely toward St. Louis until it could be reinforced. The result was the August 10th, 1861 Battle of Wilson's Creek, which occurred at the opposite end of the Confederacy's 1,000-mile northern border, only 3 weeks after the Union's first major defeat at Bull Run. As Shelby Foote put it, quote, within 4 hours, each side at Wilson's Creek had suffered about 1,200 casualties. In 1/3 the time, and with less than 1/3 the number of troops involved, more than half as many men had fallen along Wilson's Creek as had fallen along Bull Run, close quote. The Missouri State Guard was later integrated into the Confederate Army, where it bravely fought in many battles, some of them far from home. Missouri's State Guard exemplifies a key purpose of a, quote, well-regulated militia, close quote, mentioned in the Second Amendment. It was a tool to resist the usurpation of federal power over a sovereign state. After its victory at Wilson's Creek, the Confederate Army withdrew from the state, while the State Guard defeated and captured a 3,000-man garrison at Lexington, Missouri, up on the Missouri River. It attracted as many, the State Guard attracted as many as 40,000 volunteers from all over the states, in different parts of the states. They coalesced during that first summer of the war. Many of them, of course, were temporary adventurers like Mark Twain, and others involved into guerrillas, such as those that sometimes served under the Swamp Fox Confederate General Jeff Thompson. Okay, you can get stories like this from my book, The Confederacy at Flood Tide, which describes the events and opportunities the South had to win its independence between June of 1862 and December of 1862. If the book is, if you'd like an autographed copy, email me, Phil, PHIL_Lee, LEIGH at me.com. And that would be $32. If you want to get it at Barnes & Noble or Amazon, it's $28. Okay, if you do buy my books and you like them, please give them 5-star ratings over at Amazon. That helps us a lot. And I appreciate the help that those of you have given me. And please keep it up. I look forward to seeing you next time.